Welcome to our fourth and final market update for the Schuldschein market in 2023. As usual, I'm here with my colleague Ulrich Kirschner from our research department, and we are trying to give you some insights into recent market developments. Warm welcome to you also,
Thank you.
And I would kick it off with my first question. How did you see the market in 2024 and especially in the last quarter?
Okay. Thanks, Marcel. Well, in the fourth quarter, as of today, we think 5.1 billion euros will be placed in the fourth quarter of this year. I say as of today because there are still some deals in the marketing phase, and apart from that, we normally only at the end of the quarter get the knowledge of certain private deals that came to the market. So if I calculate that in, I would say, or roughly estimate, I think a number of 6 billion of issuance volume is more accurate or more possible in the fourth quarter than the 5.1 billion. So, and if I look at the 2023 as a year, as an entire year, I would say we are approaching 25 billion of issuance volume. And I think that is a very solid result because we had two negatives here. For one reason, the interest rate environment is not particularly favorable to the Schuldschein market anymore. And as we know through the European restructuring case, less non-domestic issuers came to the marketplace. Taking these two factors in mind, I would say it's a rather solid development for the year, even if it's a little bit less than last year. But Marcel, maybe you can give us some insight what you currently see in the market in this special market segment.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I can highlight some positive aspects from my perspective in 2023. The first was that we have seen a couple of new issuances out of the utility environment, regional utility companies as well as national ones. And if you remember, in 2022, the environment for utility companies wasn't that good, so we haven't seen any of them tapping the Schuldschein market for their financing needs. But in 2023, we have seen a couple of them, more than 10, and I'm more than proud that we as Helaba issued the first one, not we as Helaba, we arranged the first one for Entega AG, and then the others followed. And recently, for example, with Wiener Stadtwerke with their first issuance in the Schuldschein market. This is one positive aspect. Another one is that we have seen a tightening in the credit spreads, which leads to a relative attractiveness for the Schuldschein market compared to the bond market, especially for BBB minus and better rated, external rated companies. And that's a very positive aspect for 2024. And I think that we will see more bond issuers tapping the Schuldschein market again in 2023. Last aspect is that we have a very good pipeline for 2024 for the first quarter already, and I'm happy that we will have a very, very good start into 2024. The last aspect I didn't touch was the ESG aspect, which I wanted to ask you. How did you see the market for ESG issuances this year?
Right. Thank you, Marcel. In the fourth quarter, 33% of the market volume was placed with an ESG component. That was a little bit less than in the previous quarters. Does that mean that we have a reversal of the trend towards ESG? Actually, I don't think so, because if you look at the chart, you will see that it's still at the lower end of the long-term growth trend channel here. So ESG is certainly going to continue to grow in the years to come. But one specific aspect there about 2023 and the fourth quarter, you can see in the chart that the color green is more pronounced in these quarters. So green issuance are in vogue again. What is the reason for that? In our opinion, well, companies really took their time to study the EU taxonomy, and they try to familiarize themselves with the question what criteria an issue has to fulfill in the future to be counted as green. So, and now that they have an improved knowledge of that, they are coming to the market again with this type of ESG issue. So also, I think where I believe that will continue to be in the market in the future quarters there.
Okay, very interesting. Another point you already mentioned was the OPEA case, and that we have seen less international issuers this year tapping the Schuldschein market. But in Q4, we have seen Group SEP with the first publicly syndicated Schuldschein Darlehen this year. Is this kind of a turning point? And maybe can you give us some more insights into the market for foreign issuers?
Yes. One has to remember that French issuers are particularly important for the market as a growth driver. They have been very active in the recent years. So since the OPEA case, there hasn't been any issue at all. So that in the fourth quarter, the first public offering by a French company came to the market is a very encouraging sign from my point of view that we are seeing a normalization coming along. You can also see that in market values here, 37% of the issuance volume in the fourth quarter was placed by non-domestic companies. That is quite a bit more than in the first 9 months of the year. And that is also very encouraging. Moreover, a qualitative factor maybe or idea, we also see companies coming now to the marketplace with a higher leverage. Companies with a slightly higher risk profile. Also, that tells me that we see a normalization in the market, and that makes me quite positive for next year that maybe we can see a market volume that is higher than the 25 we are targeting right now for 2023.
Very interesting, and I like that because we are already at the end of our session, and I like to close the session with some positive aspects. Thank you again, Uli, for the very interesting insights. Thank you for joining us today. I'm looking forward to working with you in 2024, and I wish you all a good end of the year.